Well, here's the explainer for version 4 of question 3 in spring of 2011. The internal rate of return calculation is, again, just finding the interest rate that makes the present worth 0. The shorthand calculation for when you have $30 benefit in time period 3 and a $22 cost in time period 0 is just the ratio of those two values. You have a negative sign hiding in around in there. You take it to the root of the 1 on n. In this case, if you look up there, the n is 3, so I've made a slight mistake right there. So I'll go ahead and fix that. And that tells us that the internal rate of return of this asset is 10.8%. Not bad. So that's the first bit of calculation. That's question number 1. It's easier to bump down to question number 3, which says that at a minimum acceptable rate of return of 10% and no service requirement, which asset would you choose? In that case, you're supposed to choose the one with the highest present worth. That is just a classic exclusive choice criteria for present worth. And so you pick the one with the largest present worth. That's supposed to be asset B right there. For question number 2, what you're doing is trying to find the one when you have that repeated purchase problem. So the idea is you provide 12 years of service for using, say, asset A by buying an asset, letting it burn out after 3 years, buying another one in year 3, letting it burn out in period 6, then going ahead and buying another one, letting it burn out in year 9, buying another one, letting it burn out in year 12. So you're providing service with this repeated series of these assets. Well, in that case, what you're able to do is say, well, look, since these measure lives are factors of your planning horizon, you can just use annual worth in order to figure out which one provides the greatest benefit per year, and that'll tell you which one provides you with the greatest benefit over the 12 years. So if you do those calculations, that looking for A given P, you see that for asset A you have a 0.21. For asset B you have a 0.4 annual worth. For asset C you've got a negative value, so you know that's not best. And for asset D, you have a 0.65. You'll notice that asset D is the one that provides you with the largest annual benefit. That's the best one when you are forced to provide the service. And then finally, question number 4 is to go ahead and say, well, with no service requirement, which one of these would you purchase when the minimum acceptable rate of return was 20%? Well, you can't use the present worths that are up here, but what you can do is use that internal rate of return criteria. And again, this is kind of set up to be a little on the easy side because all these internal rates of return are less than 20, so you don't have any acceptable choices at all, and so none of them are acceptable. And that should be the explainer for question number 3, choice, version number 4 for spring 2011.